Hey guys, this is Algo Structures and this is the first video of our complete standard template library course. In this course, we will discuss pretty much everything related to the STL. I will try my best to explain all the things with to the point explanations, all the functions with their complexities and examples. In this particular video, we will discuss what STL is and then we will see what all different container classes it contains so that if at least you have an idea of all the classes, it's easy for you to relate in the future videos. So what is STL? Its full form is Standard Template Library, or it's also called as Containers Library, but most commonly it is known by the name of Standard Template Library. It basically comprises of three components. The first one is generic container classes, such that it provides us classes that implements most of the common data structures like stack, queue, heaps, etc. We can directly use these data structures directly into our programs without implementing from scratch. These classes are called container classes because in the objects of these classes we can contain the other data, and they are called generic container classes because we can store any type of data in these objects of these classes, such that we can create a stack of type int, we can create a stack of type double, or any type we want. Next are iterators. For the time being, you can assume iterators are same as pointers, such that they point at the items in the containers by which we can access the data of containers, or we can iterate over the containers. Next, it provides us a lot of functions that implement most common algorithms like sorting, binary search, reverse, etc. We will discuss everything in detail in future videos. Next, all the STL container classes are divided into the three categories. They are categorized based on how they store the data. The first one is sequence containers. The data structures in which the data is stored or accessed sequentially are fall into this category. The data stored may or may not be contiguous. As you can see here, it is an array and it is a linked list. In array, we have the first element, and then we have the second element, and then we have the third element, and then we have the fourth, and so on. And you can see that all the elements are in sequence. First we have the first element, then we have the second, then the third, and then the fourth. Also, all these elements are contiguous. But in linked list, you can see that here we have the first node, then we have the second node, and then we have the third node, such that all the nodes are in sequence, but they are not contiguous. So as they both are in sequence, therefore they are fall into the category of sequence containers. Also, here with the example of linked list, we can see the data may not need to be contiguous. There are 5 data structures it contains. The first one is arrays. Here array is a class, not the simple C style like arrays. This class follows all the properties of simple C style like arrays, but it's also provides us a lot more functionalities such that we can directly find the size of an array, etc. Next is vectors. Vectors are basically arrays, but their size is dynamic. They can increase or decrease their size automatically. They are same as list of Python and array list of Java. Next is DEC. DEC is short form for doubly ended queue. Its internal implementation is quite different. I mean, it is not so common like arrays, linked lists, etc. We will discuss it in the separate video. Next is forward list. It's implemented as single list, linked list, and next is list, which is implemented as doubly linked list. Next are container adapters. Stack queue and priority queue are fall into the container adapters. What is the meaning of container adapters? It just means that all these three data structures are not implemented from scratch in the library. They are just using the other containers, like stack use the DEC container, queue use the DEC container, and priority queue use the vector container to provide us the functionality. It just means they are not implemented from scratch. They are just adapt another container to provide their functionality. Also, by default, the priority queue is a max heap in C++, but we can change it to min heap accordingly. As in Java, by default the priority heap, the priority queue is a min heap. Next are associative containers. All the data that is stored in the associative containers will be stored in the sorted form. Internally, they are implemented as self-balancing red-black trees, or we can say balanced binary search trees. It comprises of four data structures. The first one is set, and then is map, then multiset and multimap. In set, all the keys that we will store should be unique and they are stored in the sorted form. Next is map. It is a collection of key value pairs and they are same as dictionaries of Python. Key value pairs, but here the keys are unique and also the keys are stored in the sorted form. Next are multiset. Multiset is same as set, but here the duplicate keys are possible. Similarly, the multimap is same as map, but duplicate keys are possible. Next are unordered associative containers. In these containers, whatever the data we will store, the data will be in unordered form, such that they don't follow any particular pattern in which the data is stored. Internally, these containers are implemented as a hashing data structures. The four classes that falls into this category are these four: unordered set, unordered map, multiset and multimap. All these names are same as these four names, but here, as the data will be stored in unordered form, therefore a name unordered at the start of every class. The first one is unordered set, in which we can store the unique keys and hashing is implemented using the keys as in the hashing function. Next are unordered map. Here it is a collection of key value pairs. Hashing is done by the keys and also their keys should be unique. Next are unordered multiset. It is same as the unordered set, but here duplicate keys are possible. Similarly in multimap, they are same as the map, but duplicate keys are possible. If you don't understand some things in these videos, then don't worry, we will discuss everything in detail in future videos. Please like the video and subscribe the channel if you like the video, and do comment if you have any queries. Thanks, have a nice day.